Here's a quick Excel demo to show you how to do the steps in Excel for your project. You have all the ages. These are just some example ages, but you'll have all the ages that you collected along with your classmates. I've already typed in the statistics that I need to find. So I'm going to go ahead and find the mean. Remember to prompt any function in Excel. You hit the equal sign. And for mean, we use average. Once it pops up, double click, and then you can simply select all of the data. Scroll back up, closing parenthesis, and hit enter. You want it to go to one decimal place. If for some reason it rounds to some other number of decimal places, if you right click and format cells, you can go down to number and you can go to one decimal place. Median equals median, double click, close your parenthesis, and hit enter. The mode, you want to make sure you check for multiple modes. So I'm going to do this down to the bottom, just below here. I'm going to select several cells. Without clicking out, I'm just going to begin typing. So I'm typing in the top of this array, mode.mult, so looking for multiple modes. This is an array function, so still select all of the data. We don't hit enter since it's an array function. I want to do Control Shift Enter, and it spits out two different modes. So I'm just going to enter them up here, separated by a comma. My maximum value equals max. My minimum value, min. But I want to keep selecting all of these data values. I can simply go up here and copy this array. Equals min. Oops, didn't want to do that. Paste that back in there. Okay, equals min. My range is going to equal my maximum value minus my minimum value. Standard deviation, this is a sample. So .s. And variance, again, it's a sample. Those two I do want rounded to one decimal place. So select the cells, right click, format cells, number to one decimal place. And I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit by selecting these and centering those values. I don't really need, do not really need this information right now. Go ahead and delete that. Okay, so now I'm ready to enter my histogram. I need bins to sort my data with. So these bins are kind of like buckets. So I'm going to create some bins, and what I'm going to do is let's start with 54. You can all start with the same values. 59, and we'll go up by 5s. Once you have a few of these, you can simply continue the pattern. I'll increase it by 5 each time, and let's just go up to 99. So let's delete these two. So pretty much this sorts it into all the data values up to and including 54, all the data values up to including 59, and so on, and then we'll have some extras that are above 99. So I'm going to skip a column, and you'll see why in just a minute. And this is going to be my frequency column. If you ever need to expand a cell's or a column's width, just going to grab it there. Okay, so now counting the frequency of these is going to be another array function similar to the mode function. So go ahead and select all of the cells next to our bins and one more. And then there's going to be a frequency function, so equals frequency. And I want the data array first, so all of my original data values. Comma, and then my bins array. So I want the bins. And then again, do not just hit enter. It's an array function, so Control Shift Enter. Those are all of my values. And I want to make sure that I've got my totals correct here. So to make sure I've counted all 200 of these values, you'll probably have more in class. Should have 230 equals. I want to sum up all of these values, and that shows me that I've got all 200 of these. Okay, so there's the beginning of my frequency distribution. I do want to put my classes in here, so ages. I want less than 55. So less than 55, and then 55 to 59, 60 to 64, and so on. That did not work. I'm just going to hand to key those in. 65 to 69, 70 to 74, 75 to 79, 80 to 84, 85 to 89, 90 to 94, 95 to 99, and then greater than or equal to 100. So those are my classes. Now I want relative frequency, which remember is just a percent of the total, and so equals my frequency divided by 200. And again, once I have that, just click and drag. The total should be 1 or 100%. If you want these listed as a percentage, right click, format cells. I want it as a percentage to 2 decimal places is fine. Okay, the next column and last column in our frequency distribution is cumulative frequency. This is, remember, our running total. And so this is just going to be our first cell. And then this is going to be the previous cell plus the next frequency. And it should end with 200. Make sure you don't include the extra 200, so just go down to here. Now let's just clean it up a bit. I like to have everything centered. I'm not going to include my bins here. Let's go ahead and give it an outline. Maybe underline that. And the middle. Okay, that looks a little nicer. I'm going to give my frequency distribution a title. And you can always merge and center that if you want it to be exactly centered on your frequency distribution. Alrighty, that looks good. Once you have a frequency distribution, you're ready to do the histogram. I think I might have mistakenly called this histogram before. We'll see. Anyway, so let's enter our histogram. The steps for that are detailed on your project worksheet. But first, you want to select the first two columns of your frequency distribution, not the bins, but just these two columns. And then go up and click Insert. And underneath column, you want the first option under 2D column. Now I want to select my chart. You can always move, oops, you can always move the chart, make it bigger or smaller. So I'm going to left click on the chart and go up to Design here. And I'm going to Design tab, I want to go under Layouts, and I want to choose Layout number 8. Looks more like a histogram than a bar graph. We do want a histogram. Our ages are continuous. And so you can see that's got it all labeled nicely for us. If you left click on the bars and go up to Layout, go up to Format, you can outline those bars so you can see them a little more clearly. And now you can, again, you can change the size of it if you want your chart to be a little bigger. Oops. I don't want this here. I'm not sure. Why it's doing the percentages. I don't want the percentages. I want the frequency. Let's select the data. I just want the frequency. Okay. You may have got that in the first try. Just want the frequency. And now your histogram is pretty much done. You can go in, click on your title, and you can edit your text. So you can give it a title of your own. And you can also label your axes titles. Alrighty, everything is labeled. All you need is one more graph. You got your frequency distribution complete, your histogram complete, and then just choose another graph of your choice. The one I indicated or showed on the sample Excel spreadsheet was a pie graph. So again, if you select these first two columns of your frequency distribution, go up to Insert, you can insert pie graph, and we could take the first option there. Again, you don't want to mislead anybody by making it three-dimensional, so keep it two-dimensional. And there it is. You can choose your layout or your design. I would like a title, I want the percentages in there, and I want a key to the side. There you go. And you can edit your text. You get -1%. You could change that. That doesn't look too good. Oops. Format that label. There you go. That's nicer than -1%. And again, just move your chart so it's not overlapping any of your previous work. Now you can rewind and catch all my mistakes, or rewind so you can figure out how to do a particular step. Make your titles your own. That pretty much summarizes all of the Excel steps that you need for your project.